Hello Aquarius, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self? As I do in all of my readings, I've pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second, but I still have the tarot deck I'll be pulling from, and the clarification deck, and the advice deck that I'll be using to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So do please remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Aquarius, let's jump on in. In your past energy, you have released blocks with the Four of Wands in reverse. This to me speaks of an energy of trying to make something work, but just feeling like no matter how hard you tried, it was just obstacle, challenge, blockage. Like it just feels like you kept, putting in a lot of energy, a lot of effort. The Four of Wands in reverse can often, to me, especially in this context, mean trying to build on an unstable foundation. So meaning that there was something missing there was something missing when it came to you getting the outcome that you deserved. So it's almost as if it was looking for an outcome that you absolutely do deserve and can have, but it was almost as if going about it or being on a path toward it in a way where it was like something was missing. I don't know how else to say that, but I'm sure I'll get more clarity on that when we dive into tarot. But in your current energy, you do have cut your losses with the Eight of Cups. So this is about walking away from something, leaving something behind that isn't working, isn't making you happy, isn't making you feel abundant or deserving or good. Because I feel as if Spirit is trying to empty your energy a little bit to lead you to better or guide you toward a better path or redirection towards something that is maybe a little bit more abundant in a way. Because the overall theme of the reading is protection. Rejection is divine protection. And redirection. When something isn't working, a lot of times, we try to force it because we think, this is the only way for me to have what it is that I need or what it is that I desire. But Spirit the whole time, or the universe, has had a better path for you. But we tend to be a little bit afraid of what it is that we can't see and can't control because our ego hates the unknown. We want to be in places and in spaces where we feel like a situation is predictable. And sometimes what that means is we'll try to force our way down. I don't want to call it the wrong path, because I think that whatever path you take at any point in your life is the right path for you. But when it comes to getting what it is that you desire, I feel like the path needed to be tweaked a little bit so you could get in alignment with what it is you were looking for in the first place. Love, abundance, success, whatever it is. Because in your immediate future, you have, it's the dark side of the moon card, so it's mystery, and then the Ace of Pentacles. And I feel like when you look ahead, if you're leaving this situation behind, I feel like you look ahead and you probably just see this darkness because you're like, there's so much unknown, I don't know where this is taking me. But what Spirit is trying to tell you is it's the Ace of Pentacles, better opportunities, more aligned opportunities that are going to actually be able to take you to where it is that you were trying to, I don't want to say force, because I haven't seen, when I see force, that's kind of like the Knight of Swords in reverse energy, kind of chasing energy. So obviously we haven't seen that, but it feels like trying to make something work when it just felt like no matter what, it just wasn't working. And so it's not that that outcome isn't possible, it's that the way you were going about it's like whatever situation you were trying to pursue for that outcome, that's what wasn't working. Or it was, I don't know. I don't like using the word wrong because I feel like that can be very taken out of context. So like I said, every path is the right path for you at the time. But let's see, Aquarius, what we've got for your past energy here. Four of Cups, Six of Cups in reverse. And then you have this Emperor. Okay. So the Six of Cups is in reverse is kind of this energy of like a recurring theme or a recurring outcome. So like if you're dealing with a relationship, like almost like hitting a dead end over and over again. And then like going back to trying to make it work and then hitting another dead end. So it feels like it's not, it could be a cycle, but it's bigger than that. It's almost as if the past is repeating itself. That's what I feel about this past energy. It's like no matter how hard you tried to move forward or you tried to create what it is that you desired, it just felt like the past kept repeating itself. You kept ending up right back at the beginning, feeling like you weren't making progress, maybe feeling a little bit like a hamster on a wheel. And again, I feel like it's really important to reiterate that it's not that you can't have the outcome that you're looking for. It's that there needs to be a tweak in your approach to whatever this outcome is. And I feel like we'll get more on that throughout the reading. But this Four of Cups is, a lot of times it's so easy to focus on what isn't working, right? It's so easy to focus on all of the ways that we've failed and all of the ways that we've been held back or all of the things that haven't worked. And the best thing that we can ever do for ourselves is look at things from the perspective of this isn't working out because there is something better available for me. But when we don't have that perspective, what we'll say is this isn't working out, and if it doesn't work out, I'm never going to be happy or loved or abundant or successful, and it's only going to be bad if it's not this. And that closes us off to a path that might actually be better for what it is that we're trying to do, to receive, to attain, whatever word resonates with your journey. All right, past energy for Aquarius. It's like this energy became so predictable. It's like you were like, yeah, this makes, oh goodness, I wanted to turn it the way around or hit the table. It became so predictable. It was like almost as if you knew exactly how something was going to go down, or it's like you knew you could, yeah, it's like whether if it was a relationship with a person, it's like that person became so predictable. Like they kept letting you down, but you were like, that makes sense. Like you've always let me down. And that's what I mean by like hitting a brick wall over and over again, hitting a dead end over and over again, is it just felt like it was predictable though. And sometimes we don't realize that our minds, our egos, our nervous systems actually prefer what is predictable over what is, the belief in what's possible. So we'll stay in familiar hells instead of pursuing the possibility of an unfamiliar heaven. Two of Cups in reverse. This is very much the energy of going through the motions, being very disconnected from oneself, being disconnected maybe even from how you feel. Maybe, kind of like dissociating in a way. Going through, because again, this feels like you're trying to make something work, but it wasn't working. So it's almost as if you were kind of like checking out, going through the motions, trying to make it work, hoping that once you got to where you wanted to be, it would feel better than it was making you feel. But I feel like, again, the pieces never fell into place. And I feel like that is what has been the most frustrating too, is maybe you did put a lot of time and energy into this and it's like, oh, I wasted my time on this. And I think that that's why it's important, again, this, whatever path you take is the right path for you, and you wouldn't know what you know now if you hadn't have, been down the road that you did go down. All right, past energy for Aquarius. So I think, and it's interesting because, yeah, I just noticed all these cards are in reverse, but then these two are upright. So it's almost as like there was the absence of what you needed in this situation for it to become what you wanted. You thought you wanted it because you maybe weren't seeing the bigger picture, or maybe you didn't see that it wasn't capable of being what it is that you wanted or needed. Because it might have been what you wanted, but it wasn't what you deserved, meaning you deserved more. All right. Or are deserving of more if you're still dealing with this situation. Past energy for Aquarius. There's, Three of Pentacles in reverse, and this is things falling apart. Or the pieces, to me, it's the pieces never fully coming together. it's like you had an idea of where you wanted things to be, and it's like things never evolved to that. And like I said, with all three of these cards coming out and definitely being in reverse here, I feel like this is like the absence of the Two of Cups, the absence of the Three of Pentacles. Like, it's like you were missing more than you had in this energy. And again, there's like this dissociation of waiting for it to become what you wanted. Now, let's shift gears here to this current energy for you, Aquarius. Cut your losses with the Eight of Cups. What does Aquarius need to know about their current energy? And I feel like Spirit's trying to protect you from something that wouldn't have worked in the first place, something that wouldn't be able to be what it is that you're looking for. Current energy for Aquarius. Whoa. Okay, I'm not going to take it because it didn't come out. That did, though. That's interesting. This is the problem. Clarifying this Ten of Pentacles, you think this is the only path to your happiness. There's definitely this almost like, it's like you see whatever this path is, you're like, this is it. Like, this is my Ten of Pentacles. This is my sun. This is my happiness. If this doesn't work, I'm never going to be able to have this. But I feel like this is this is actually, because you're not receiving it. Six of Pentacles in reverse, you're not receiving it. In fact, I feel like instead of building you up, this situation is actually kind of breaking you down, maybe taking away from your sense of self-worth or your confidence in yourself, or like making you feel powerless. It's like this, you know, what's meant for you, it builds you up. It makes you feel good inside. I mean, not all the time. I mean, things are, you know, even the right things are going to challenge you from time to time. But I feel like this situation is breaking you down. And it's like, and it's because I feel like you're putting so much into it and trying to make it work that there's a part of you that's saying, well, I'm doing everything I can. So if I'm trying as hard as I can to make this work, it must be me. I must not be good enough. And I feel like Spirit is saying there's another way. There's another path. There's a better option. But the problem is I feel like you're afraid of missing out on what could be if this ever did work out, which is natural and understandable. But at the same time, I feel like Spirit is sending you a lot of signs that it's almost like wrong way, like a wrong way sign. Wrong way, Aquarius. You can get to your destination, but it's like you gotta get on a different highway. I don't know. Because what you want is possible. That's also a key message in this. What you want is possible. The relationship that you desire, maybe not with the person you have in mind, right? But the relationship that you're looking for in that person. Because when we think of outcomes that we desire, what we're looking for is a feeling, right? An experience. It's just that we attach a feeling and an experience to a specific outcome. So we think that in order for us to have that feeling, to have that experience, it must go this specific way, which again closes us off to possibility. So I feel like Spirit is absolutely protecting you here. Protecting you from like something that, like I said, wouldn't work. Wouldn't take you to where it is you deserve. Okay, what else does Aquarius need to know about their current energy? I feel like, I don't know if I hear like you have so much writing on this, or you've put so much into this. Like, I feel like your focus, yeah, because there's the Four of Cups, the Emperor, the Devil, and there's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. It's like, I don't want to say you don't want to give up on it or something, but I don't think this would be giving up. I feel like this would be protecting yourself. So here's the Devil. There is a deep attachment, an attachment to someone, to something. And that's why I feel like you are putting your heart, mind, and soul into something. But look at this. Here's the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. You have the Ace of Pentacles upright in your immediate future. This is opportunities that exist within your energy field but haven't been able to come down to like the 3D. So they exist, but they haven't been able to fully manifest yet because there's something blocking them. And it's an attachment to something that is blocking you from what could be. But I don't know if I'm talking to a collective that, I mean, maybe some of you, but I feel like this is something that you don't want to face or don't want to hear or don't want to know. Which I feel comes with that fear of what you'd be missing out on if this didn't work. Which is where that attachment, it's a cycle, it's a circle. But I feel the dead end, it's like the outcome continues to be the same. That's right. The outcome is always the same. It's like no matter what, you always end up in the same place. So if that's the case, you got to redirect, right? It's like you start at your house and you're like, I'm trying to get to this point. And so you take the same road, the same path to get there, and you're confused at why you never end up where you want to go. And so you're like, okay, I'm going to go back home and I'm going to try again. And Spirit is like, it's like your GPS is yelling at you. No, you got to go this other way. This is the path to get there. But you're like, oh, I've never been down that path before. And it's scary for me to drive at night when I don't know where I'm going. So I'm going to just keep going down this path and hoping that the outcome is the same. And I'm not saying by any means, Aquarius, that you are insane, okay? But the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result, right? Sometimes we don't even realize that we're doing it. We keep trying to make something work, or we keep going down a path, or we keep trying to, expecting a different result, expecting a different outcome, but ending up right at the same place. So the only way to receive a different result, and that's the thing, is Spirit isn't saying you can't have, it's not that you can't have the result that you're looking for, it's the way you're going about it. So that's where this redirection is coming into play. It's redirection towards better, redirection toward what can get you there. What else does Aquarius need to know about their current energy? And I don't want you to think, Aquarius, that I am saying that any of what you are dealing with is easy, or that the answer is obvious and you're dumb for not seeing it, or anything like that. A lot of times when we're dealing with, attachments to outcomes, it's because there are deep fears and deep traumas associated. We've never been taught that we're deserving of more. So we feel like we have to fight for it and claw our way through hell in order to get whatever it is that we desire. But it doesn't have to be like that. In fact, we actually get to where we're trying to go faster whenever we surrender to the idea that Spirit is supporting us on the path to getting there. But sometimes we struggle to believe in that support for obvious reasons, right? Like I said, when you've been through hell, it's hard to believe the universe is supporting you. But, when we are willing to kind of lean into that faith, regardless of how hard it might be, that's where we start to create. Because right now, the Two of Wands in reverse, you have this Knight of Pentacles. It's like you've been heading, this is basically a path that doesn't align with you. And it's there's the recurring. It's like right back to the beginning. So Spirit's trying to take you to so much better. There's a reason something isn't working. It's because it's not meant for you. I don't want you to take that from this place of you aren't good enough for something, or you don't deserve something, or it's not meant for you because it's too good for you. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. It's the opposite, actually. I'm saying you're deserving of more than what something is capable of providing you, which is why Spirit is moving you away toward it, which is why this is divine protection, is because Spirit is saying, listen, there's something better for you. But it's hard for you to believe in that, but you have to believe in that in order to create it. And that's where I feel like the catch-22, I guess, is. So what does Aquarius need to know moving forward? Should they leave behind what isn't working? Does Aquarius need to know moving forward? Should they leave behind what isn't working? the unknown. It's seriously, it's the unknown that you're so afraid of. It's almost, because I heard that defeats the point. It's like that defeats the purpose. If you knew, yeah, oh, that's the whole thing. Okay. If the universe came down and it was like you knew you were talking to the universe, you knew you were talking to spirit, and spirit, the universe, your higher self, whatever resonates with you, said, Aquarius, if you leave behind what isn't working, there is a guarantee that you are going to find something better. And you knew that because you heard it from the universe, straight from the universe, to your ears. You would go, oh, hell yeah, okay. You'd leave it behind and you'd go out and find better, right? But that defeats the whole freaking point. Because what I've learned is that the universe is always teaching us that our life is a reflection of what we think that we deserve. And when we accept less than what it is that we deserve, again, not saying it is your fault. Maybe you've been taught that that's what you're deserving of, even though you're deserving of more. Maybe you are, you've been through so much trauma that you're just trying to survive. Maybe you've never been taught that there's more that is possible for you, right? There's so many things. I'm not saying it's your fault. But sometimes we accept less than what we deserve without realizing that we're doing it. And in order to create more for ourselves, we have to be willing to say, I am deserving of more. So I know I'm deserving of more, so much so that I am willing to leave behind what isn't what I deserve in order to embrace the unknown of what exists ahead of me. Because it has to come from this place of you knowing that you're deserving of more, of you knowing that you're capable of more, or else you wouldn't grow, you wouldn't evolve, you wouldn't learn anything at all if it was just all certain, right? So that's the whole point. I asked the question, what can Aquarius expect if you leave behind what isn't working? And Spirit goes, I'm not going to tell you. 7 of Swords, King of Swords, here you are, Aquarius. Spirit said, I'm not going to tell you. That's the whole thing, is the willingness to embrace the unknown with the faith that you are supported by something bigger than you because you are deserving of good things. You are deserving of the things that you desire in this world. And you do not have to settle for anything less than that. That's the whole thing. All right, what does Aquarius need to know moving forward then? There's the Ace of Pentacles. What about it's on the other side of fear. It's on the other side of the fear. I once saw this quote, and I absolutely agree with this. It was, everything that you ever desire, everything that you desire is on the other side of your fear. Your other side of the things that you're afraid to face, the unknown you're afraid to face, the loneliness you're afraid to face, whatever the case is. That's what's happening here, right? I said with this mystery, the mystery of what would be ahead should you choose to leave something behind is really scary. It's really dark. There's so much unknown associated, and that's going to bring up a lot of fear because, again, your ego hates the unknown, and it's going to replace what it can't control with all of the things that could go wrong. All of the worst case scenarios, all of the ways that this isn't going to work out for you. And that's why most people stay in places they don't belong or in places where they're not happy because of fear. Fear of the unknown is probably every person's biggest enemy. But that's where faith comes into play. You choose to pursue from this place of Spirit is supporting me. I might not really know how yet, and I might have not really experienced it, but I've been living my life in fear, and I'm done doing that. I'm going to live my life coming from a place of faith, and I'm going to believe that everything that that isn't working is only leading me to what will. And when you can pursue your life from that place, which is not easy and kind of the whole point of a spiritual journey, you create better. Opportunities that you didn't even know were possible start to pop up. And you start to find the places where you belong and that align with what it is that you had been looking for all along. So the fear right now of what could go wrong if you left something behind or if you opened yourself up to a new journey is the biggest thing holding you back. But I feel like Spirit is saying, on the other side of that fear is exactly what it is that you were looking for in the first place. What else does Aquarius need to know moving forward? Whoa, okay. All right, all right, all right. The Lovers, the Devil, the Knight of Wands, and the Nine of Cups in reverse. This is a reality that aligns with your worth, okay? But the Devil, the attachment, is keeping you from this reality, and it would require a pretty big leap of faith for you to find it. But with the Nine of Cups in reverse, you have quite the negative expectation when it comes to the unknown. And again, that probably stems from somewhere, you know, kind of the trauma, the things going wrong in the past, whatever the case is. So I'm not blaming you for that by any means. But that's where you have to understand that there is so much more to life than just surviving and forcing and controlling and trying to make things work. You have an entire spiritual team that is here to support you and guide you, but that spiritual team cannot provide the guidance and support that you're looking for if you are not open to it. Joseph Campbell once said, take one step towards the gods, gods will take 10 steps towards you. You have to take steps in faith in order for that faith to be backed by support. And sometimes it feels like your life is falling apart before it starts to come together in a better way. So I do feel like this whole reading is about trusting that there is better that exists for you and being willing to leave behind what isn't working in pursuit of that, regardless of the fear of the unknown associated. If I were to sum it all up, I feel like this reading could have made it 45 seconds. There you go. But I do feel like it's important to kind of dive deeper into these concepts, right? To understand you know, how it all works, because, you know, I think that there's, you understand things up here, and then you kind of got to break down that understanding to get to the root of the belief. So we're going to hop on over to the extended, and the extended, I'm going to focus on what you can do right now to ensure you're moving forward on alignment with your higher self. So just kind of some diving more into like guidance. Any information for that is in the description box below. Thank you so much, Aquarius, as always, for your support of my channel. I do obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Aquarius, I wish you nothing but love and healing and all of the wonderful things that you deserve on your journey moving forward. Bye, Aquarius.